What's going on, family? Shalom. I'm back with another video. How y'all feeling? And today's video is going to be different because I'm actually not going to be reading from the Bible, but I'm going to be reading from the Quran. And the purpose of this video is basically to show you how there isn't much difference between Christianity and Islam, and there isn't much difference from the Holy Bible to the Holy Quran. There are minor differences or significant differences, but there aren't many major differences. So, the thing about it is that the Quran basically has information that the Bible does not, and the Bible has information that the Quran does not. But if you read both books together, then you have a greater spiritual understanding, a greater spiritual knowledge. So there are a lot of things in the Quran that coincides with the Bible and vice versa. So today I'm going to read from the book of the prophets in the Quran. There are 112 verses. So the reason I want to read from the book of the prophets is because it's basically speaking about the end times in the book of the prophets. And it's also speaking about how there will be scoffers and naysayers, the same as in the Holy Bible. When the Holy Bible talks about the end times, there will be scoffers and naysayers. There will be those who don't believe, and there will be those that try to mislead or try to deceive. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into it. Verse 1. There has drawn near for the people the day of their reckoning, yet they turn away in heedlessness. No new reminder comes to them from their truth, but they listen to it in a playful mood, while their minds are inattentive. Those of them who have transgressed the limits keep their counsels against the prophet of their time secret and say, he is only a human being like yourselves. Will you be seduced by his skillful eloquence while you see and know? On the contrary, the prophet's way is different. He replied, my truth knows what is conceived in the heaven and the earth, and he is the all hearing, the all knowing. Nay, they say, this Quran is no revelation, but a jumble of confused dreams. Rather, he, the prophet, has forged it himself. He is a poet. If it is not, so let him then bring us some sign of destruction, just as the former prophets were sent with. Whereas before them no people of a township whom we destroyed had ever believed, would they then believe to escape destruction? Prophet, we sent none as messengers before you, but they were men to whom we made our revelations. Therefore, O disbelievers, ask the followers of the reminder if you do not know this. Nor did we give them such bodies as could go without food, neither were they people given unusually long lives to enjoy. We sent our revelations to them. Then we fulfilled the promise we made to them so that we delivered them, and those whom we pleased beside them, and we destroyed the transgressors. People, now we have revealed to you a highly perfect book, wherein there is a provision for your eminence. Why do you not then make use of your understanding? And we have utterly destroyed many a wrongdoing people of townships, and we raised up another people after them. No sooner did they perceive our punishment than they began to flee from it. Thereupon we called out to them, flee not, but return to that state of luxury in which you were provided comforts, and to your dwellings, so that you might be called to account for your conduct. They said, woe to us! We were indeed wrongdoers. Then they continued repeating this cry of theirs, till we made them like mown down field, and extinguished their spark of life, leaving them like smoldering ashes. We did not create the heaven and the earth, and all that is between the two in idle sport. If we had meant to make something vain and idle, we would surely have made it so on our part. But we were by no means to do such a thing. Nay, we hurl the truth at falsehood, so that it knocks out its brains and defeats it. And behold, it, the falsehood, vanishes. And you deserve to be punished with Gehenna for what you ascribe to the Most High. And whosoever is in the heavens and the earth belongs to him. And those who are close to him do not disdain to worship him, nor do they ever grow weary to serve him. They glorify him night and day, and they flag not. And yet some people have chosen false gods from the earth who are supposed to raise the dead to life. Had there been in them, the heaven and the earth, other gods beside Allah, then surely both would have gone to ruin because of chaos, disorder, and confusion. Glorified then be Allah, the truth of the throne of power, far above what they attribute to him. He cannot be questioned for what he does, because the cause for an objection does not exist, whereas all others will be questioned for what they do. Or have they chosen other gods besides him? Say, bring forth your clear proof if there are other gods. This unity of Most High is the message of those who are with me and the message of those who have gone before me. The only thing is that most of them have no knowledge of the truth, and that is why they have turned away from it. And we sent no messenger before you, but we revealed to him, saying, the truth is that there is no other, cannot be, and will never be one worthy of worship but me. Therefore, worship me alone. And they say, the Most High has taken to himself a son. Holy is he. Rather, they whom they designate are only his honored servants. My bad, hold on. Rather, they whom they so designate are only his honored servants. They do not precede him in speech, and they only carry out his biddings. He knows all that is before them, their future, and all that is behind them, their past. And they do not intercede except for the person for whom he is pleased to accord permission. And they are full of awe and reverence out of his majesty. Should any one of them say, I am a deity apart from him, him we will recompense with Gehenna, for that is how we recompense the unjust. Do those who disbelieve not see that the heavens and the earth were once one mass, all closed up? Then we rent them apart, and it is from water that we created all life. Will they not believe in the face of all this? And we have made firm mountains on the earth, so that they may be a source of benefit and provision for the people, and lest it should quake with them. And we made on it wide pathways, that people may find right guidance to reach the goal. And we have made the heaven a roof, well protected. Still they turn away, paying no heed to its heavenly signs. And it is he who created the night and the day, the sun and the moon. They are all gliding along smoothly in their respective orbits. And we have not assigned to any human being before you an unusually prolonged life. If you should die, then shall they live unusually long. If you should die, then shall they live unusually long while here. Every soul is bound to haste of death. Every soul is bound to taste of death. And we prove worth of you now with evil, now with good, by way of trial. And you shall be made to return to us. And when those who disbelieve see you, they hold you for a mere trifle and say, is this the fellow who speaks ill of our gods? While it is they themselves who deny disdainfully the great eminence of the Most High. A human being is hasty by nature. I will certainly show you, O people, my signs, but do not ask me to hasten them before their appointed time. And they say, when will this promise of punishment be fulfilled? Let us know if you are truthful. How good it would be if those who disbelieve could know the time when they will not be able to ward off the flames of the fire from their faces, nor from their backs, and they shall not be helped. Nay, the punishment, shall come upon them unawares, so that it will confound them completely, and they will not be able to avert it, and no respite shall be given them. And certainly messengers have also been treated as mere trifles even before you, with the result that those who made light of them, the messengers, were caught by the very thing they held as vain and unimportant. Say, who can protect you by night and in the daytime from the punishment of the Most High? But rather thank him. They are truly averse to proclaiming the greatness of their truth. Or do they have gods that can defend them against us? They are not able to help even themselves, nor shall they receive any help from us. The thing is that we provided those and their fathers with the good things of this world, until a long period of enjoyment passed over them, and now they are steeped in negligence. But do they not see that we are invading the land of disbelief and are gradually reducing it from its outlying borders? Can they even then be the victors? Say, it is on the basis of divine revelation that I warn you. But the spiritually deaf do not hear the call when they are warned. And if the slightest punishment of your truth befalls them, they would surely cry out, ah, woe to us! We were indeed unjust. And we shall set up scales of justice to weigh their deeds on the day of resurrection, so that no soul shall be done the least injustice. And even if the deeds of a person were as little as the weight of a grain of mustard seed, we would bring it forth for accurate account, and sufficient are we as reckoners. And we gave Moses and Aaron the arguments, telling the right from the wrong, and a light and a reminder for those who guard against evil, those who stand in awe of the truth of their truth, even in their heart of hearts, and who dread the hour of judgment. And like those earlier scriptures, we have revealed this Quran as a reminder, full of bliss. Will you then be rejectors of this perfect book? And we gave Abraham his rectitude befitting his station as a prophet of the Most High before this. We knew him fully well for his personal qualities. Recall the time when he said to his sire and his people, what good are these images to which you sit down to worship with so much devotion? They said, we found our fathers worshiping them. He said, surely you yourselves and your fathers have been plainly mistaken. They said, is it really the truth that you have brought us, or are you of those playing a joke on us? Abraham said, I am playing no jokes on you. Your true Lord is the only Lord of the heavens and the earth, who originated them. And I am of those who bear witness to the truth of this before you. And by Allah, I will indeed plan a stern plan against your idols after you have left turning your backs. So he smashed them all into pieces, except their chief idol, that they might return to it for inquiry as he planned. When they saw their idols broken, they said, who has done this to our gods? He who has done this must be of the wrongdoers indeed. Some of the people said, we heard a young man speaking ill of them. He is called Abraham. They said, Then bring him before the eyes of the people, so that they may bear witness against him. When he was brought, they said, O Abraham, is it you who did this to our gods? Abraham said, Well, of course, someone has done it. Here is their chief idol which witnessed all this. So better ask him and them if they can speak. Then they turned to their leaders and to one another and said, You yourselves are surely in the wrong. Then they were made to hang down their heads in shame and said to Abraham, Indeed, you know very well that these idols do not speak. Abraham said, Do you then worship apart from Allah, the things which can do no good to you? Who are their worshippers, nor can do harm to those of you who are their destroyers? Not bad. Let me read that again. Abraham said, Do you then worship apart from Allah the things which can do no good to you, who are their worshippers, nor can do harm to those of you who are their destroyers? Shame on you and on Shame on you and on the things you worship apart from Allah. Will you not then make use of your understanding? They said among themselves, Burn him and help your gods if at all you would do anything against Abraham. We said, O fire, be you a means of coolness and safety for Abraham. They intended a mistreatment of him, but we made them the worst losers, and they could not carry out their evil design of burning him. And we delivered him and Lot as well and brought them towards the land of Canaan, which we had blessed for the peoples. And we gave him Yishik out of our bounty, and Jacob an additional bounty, as a grandson. We made all of them righteous, and we appointed them leaders who guide people by our command. And we revealed to them the doing of good deeds, and the observing of prayer, and the giving of alms. And they were all worshippers of us alone. And we showed our favors to Lot. We gave him wisdom and knowledge, and delivered him from the people of the town who indulged in abominable practices. They were indeed wicked and lawless people. And we admitted him to our mercy, for he was surely of the righteous. And we showed our favors to Noah. Behold, he called to us in the days bygone. So we heard his prayer and delivered him and his companions from the great distressful calamity. And we helped him against the people who cried lies to our messages. They were surely people given to evil, so we drowned them all. And we bestowed our favors on David and Solomon. Behold, they gave their respective judgment in the disputed matter about a certain crop when the sheep of a certain people strayed into it at night. And we were bearers of witness to the judgment they gave them. So we gave Solomon the true appreciation of it, the matter. To each of them we gave wisdom and knowledge. And we had subjected the mountains and the birds who celebrated our glory along with David. That it was that it that is what we always do. And we taught him the art of making coats of mail for your people, that they designed to fortify you against one another's violence in your wars. Will you then be grateful? And we subjected to Solomon the violent wind. It blew according to his commandments towards the land of Canaan, which we had blessed, and we have knowledge of all things. And we subjected to him some of the expert deep divers who dived for him and did other sundry works besides that. And it was we who kept watch over them. And we showed our favors to Job. Behold, he called out to his truth, I am afflicted with some distress, and you are the most merciful of all who show mercy. Uh-oh. So we heard his prayer and removed the affliction which he had, and we restored his family to him, and as many more followers with them by way of mercy from ourselves or ourself. This event serves as a reminder for our devotees, and we showed our favors to Yishmael, Idris, which is Enoch, Dul-Kifil, which is Ezekiel, possessed of abundant portion. All of them were of the patiently preserving people, and we admitted them to our mercy. They were of the righteous indeed. And we showed our favors to Dol Nun, Yonah. Behold, he left in anger his people for the sake of the Most High. He was sure in his mind that we would not cause him any distress. But when we did, he cried out in the midst of afflictions, there is no other God but you. Holy are you. I have indeed been of those hard pressed with difficulties and distress. So we heard his prayer and we delivered him from grief. And in this way do we deliver the true believers. And we showed our favors to Zechariah. Behold, he called out to his truth and prayed to him, my truth, do not leave me solitary, alone and airless. You are best of those who remain after. You alone are the everlasting God. So we heard his prayer and granted him a son, Yochanan, and cured his wife of sterility, making her fit for bearing children for him. They used to vie one with another in doing good deeds and call upon us with mixed feelings of hope and fear, and they were humble before us. And we showed our favors to the woman, Mary, who preserved her chastity. So we revealed to her some of our words, and we made her and her son, Jesus, a sign of eminence for the nations. People, surely this your religion is the one single religion of all the prophets, and I am your truth. So worship me. But they, the latter generations, split up their affair of religion among themselves and became divided into factions, and all were returned to us. So whoever does deeds of righteousness and is a believer will find there is no disapproval of his endeavors, and his strivings are not lost. And surely we are recorders of his virtues for him. And it is not permissible to the people of a township whom we have destroyed to come back to life of this world. I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce this word. This inviolable law will remain in force, even when the great powers like Gog and Magog are let loose and come crashing down from every height and from the crest of every wave, and when they occupy every point of vantage, dominating the whole world, and when they excel all other nations. And when the time of the fulfillment of the true promise about the destruction of the forces of falsehood and materialism are as represented by Gog and Magog draws near, behold, the eyes of those who do not believe in the triumph of truth will be transfixed, and they will claim, ah, woe to us! We were really forgetful of this day. Nay, we were of course unjust. It will be said to them, surely you and the things which you worship apart from Allah are, of course, fuel for Gehenna, where you shall enter. So that's fuel for the fire, like in the scriptures in the Bible that says that the sinners and the wrongdoers will be fuel for the fire of the bottomless pit. Had these things be true God, had these things been true gods, as you claim to be, they would not have come to it. But as it is, they shall all enter it and abide in it for long. Groaning shall be their lot therein, and they will not hear in it anything else. But those to whom we have already promised a most fair treatment from us shall be kept far removed from it, the hell. Not to speak of entering it, they will not hear the faintest sound of it, and they shall not be and they shall be abiding in the midst of all the blessings which their souls desire. The great terror of the judgment day will cause them no grief, and the angels will receive them with greetings. This is your day which you were promised. So this is like the time of Jacob's trouble, where there will be a great day of distress for Israel, but Israel will be saved out of it. It is also a day of promise for Israel, the time of Jacob's trouble. So this is the day when we shall roll up the heavens like the rolling up of the written scrolls by a scribe. Just as we started the process of the first creation, so shall we reproduce it. This is a promise binding on us. We shall certainly bring it about. So basically, this is a covenant. And the rolling up of the heavens like a scroll is like Mark chapter 13, Daniel chapter 12, and the opening of the seals in Revelation chapter 6, which are all signs of the coming of the end times as well as the coming of the Son of Man. So there's another Bible reference. We have already stated in the Zabur, Psalms, the book of David, after stating it in the reminder, Torah, that my servants will with right capacity to rule shall inherit the land. So there you go. There goes your other Bible reference, and also your reference to Israel or Yisrael, that the servants of the Most High are in right capacity to rule and shall inherit the land. That is their covenant. Verily, in this Quran is an important message for a people who worship us. Oh my God! I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I'm started verse 106. Verily, in this Quran is an important message for a people who worship us. And we did not send you, O Muhammad, but as a blessing and mercy for all beings. Say, indeed it has been revealed to me that your God is but one God. Will you then be the ones who submit to him? But if they still turn back, say, I have given you clear warning in all fairness. I do not know, however, whether that treatment held out to you will be fulfilled in the near or distant future. Verily, he knows the words you speak openly, and he knows the thoughts which you hide. And I do not and I do not know whether the respite referred to above, is meant to put you on trial, or it may be affording you a worldly provision for a short while. The prophet, praying to his truth, said, O my truth, judge with truth. Our truth is the most gracious, whose help is ever to be sought against what you, O disbelievers, ascribe to him. All right, so that was the book of the prophets. And like I said, it's basically like a book of prophecy for Israel, as well as a book of prophecy for the end times. So it's basically like um, I want to say like the book of Revelation in the Bible, but there are also many more end time scriptures or end time books in the Quran. I haven't completely read the Quran or read as many scriptures in the Quran as I have the Bible. So I couldn't tell you which books actually have end time prophecies in the Quran, but there are 114 books in the Quran, and most of the books have only a few scriptures, right? As compared to the Bible, which it seems like most books have a lot of scriptures because they break it down in chapters. But in the Quran, it's only broken down in books, and each book has a certain number of verses. So, like I was saying, the Quran and the Bible aren't that different. The Quran refers to a lot of the biblical prophets, like as well as a lot of the progenitors of Israel. Hold on, I'm thinking about the name of that book. Oh, Patriarchs of Israel, as well as a lot of the patriarchs of Israel, like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and so David, so on and so forth. Like I said, the prophets, Moses, Aaron, Ezekiel. Uh, I think Jeremiah is referenced in the Quran. Zechariah. So it's like I said, Islam and Christianity are not that different. The Quran and the Bible are not that different. And what I keep telling people is that you have to understand that the Bible doesn't hold all the answers, nor does the Quran. The Quran doesn't hold all the answers. But if you read both of them, if you read the Bible and then you read the Quran, or if you read the Quran and then you read the Bible, you'll get a better or a greater spiritual understanding of the Most High, the creation of the earth, the heavens, hell, everything. You will have a greater spiritual perspective, or a greater perspective on spirituality. You'll have a closer relationship with the Most High. So the thing about religion is that each religion feels like they are the one true religion. They hold all the answers. But clearly, the scriptures tell a different story. In the Bible, it tells you that Jesus was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He was a prophet sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel to bring them into remembrance of the Most High and the covenant that their forefathers made with the Most High. Muhammad was a prophet sent to the house of Israel to bring them into remembrance of their servitude to the Most High and their covenant made with the Most High through their forefathers and their patriarchs. So there are a lot of different books dealing with biblical prophecies and biblical I'm sorry, biblical scriptures that deal with Israel, the chosen people. And all of these books, all of these scriptures, all of these prophets are supposed to bring Israel, the Hebrews, the chosen people of the Most High God of Israel, back into remembrance of the God that they worship and serve. But they also tell you, the scriptures and the prophets also tell you that in the latter days, in the future days, in the later times, later days, that these books will be used for deception. These scriptures will be misinterpreted, or they will be mistranslated, or they will be um, infiltrated to support the needs of these religions or support the agendas of these religions, which is to deceive and mislead the people. So you have to read these books with a understanding. You have to be able to discern the truth from lies. I used to say that in my earlier videos. You have to be able to discern the truth from the lies in all of these spiritual books, in all of these religious books, in all of these scriptures, because they tell you flat out the truth. But since we've been conditioned not to question um, the scriptures through generations, we don't clearly see the truth for what it is. They can flat out tell you, I am no one special. I'm a human just like you. I am a prophet sent by the Most High. And you will still believe that Jesus is the only begotten Son of the Most High. Or you will still believe that Jesus is somehow God, but Jesus at the same time. He was a man, but he was also a god. That's a demigod. That's Roman and Greek mythology. I think Egyptian mythology has demigods as well. I'm not sure, but that's the point I'm trying to make. If you read the book, the if you read the Bible with the understanding that they give you in Christianity, Jesus is a demigod. He was half human, half God. So that's paganism. Like I said, that's Greek and Roman mythology. How can you be both God and man when God said he stretched forth the heavens alone? He created the heavens and the earth alone. There is none beside him. He is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. He never changes. I think that's Malachi 3:6. For I am the truth. I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Even from the days of your fathers, ye are gone away from mine ordinances, and have not kept them. Return unto me, and I will return unto you, saith the truth of hosts. But ye said, wherein shall we return? Will a man rob the Most High? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have we robbed thee? In tithes and offering. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation. Bring ye all the tithes into the store